You actually made me jump because you jump.
We are back. Not Tom, because he's over there.
We're back with the band of brothers.
Yes.
And there
Episode 9, the penultimate episode.
Yeah, man, this has been a long time that we over the course of
we started this in January. It's now April.
Most people, and don't hate on us for doing that because we watch a ton of movies.
Yeah, we do.
But you know, you don't actually get to watch a show these days, a television show, over a long period of time, do you? People binge watch. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with binge watching.
I like binge watching, but I like at least a week.
I don't think this is a show you could binge watch because although it's amazing, you know, you have to. I prefer taking my time with it. It's like you have to ingest. It's like a fine wine.
Well, each episode is like a movie, isn't it? So each episode is a movie. It's different characters, different storylines. And it's the length of nearly a length of a feature film, so yeah, you do have to take your time.
Well, this episode, let's just have a look, is called Part 9, Why We Fight.
Why We Fight.
What do you think about that title?
The last episode was actually a really good episode, and it was like they were on the opposite ends of a river, weren't they?
And they had to go across the river to rescue, to capture some German prisoners.
Yeah.
But then,
but someone died.
The commander let them off.
But there's indications of the war, finally being over, but it's not.
But there's that idea that they're on a one-way rail towards Germany now. Yeah. Why We Fight? I feel like that title suggests. I don't think they're going to come to a point where they don't want to anymore. I don't even think they're going to question it. I think it's just going to be.
One last push.
Yeah, maybe it's about courage or bravery. Why we fight? Maybe it's because it's against the horrors of fascism, or maybe the Germans or the Nazis.
Either that, or it's more isolated, and it's why we fight in terms of each other. The man standing next to me is why I fight. Maybe it's going to be more personal like that. Should we get into it?
Why do we fight, man? Why do we fight? We each other.
Because you're.
Man, we've got to cut out that all now.
Basically what I said is... That's just gonna bleep beep.
I'm slowly just like...
Yeah, just bleep all of that out, like really, really, really long.
Right, let's go.
Why We Fight, let's get into it. Episode 9, penultimate.
Brothers. There they are.
Stop saying there they are.
I like it, it's funny.
Don't you say it.
There they are.
Maybe that needs to go on a shirt. There they are.
I'll tell you one thing about the Krauts. They sure clean up good.
Yeah. All he needs is a little Mozart.
They look a little bit cleaner, don't they?
Than last episode. That's not Mozart. That's Beethoven.
Man, just like a ghost story.
Yeah.
Beethoven.
Yeah. Oh, 1 month earlier.
Making combat jumps with the 17th. I'm in supply briefings all morning.
Yeah, lucky me.
No, congratulations. You're probably the only man in the 101st with 3 combat stars over his jump wings.
Not bad for someone who's never fired his weapon in combat, huh?
Really?
He's never fired his weapon?
Really? You've never?
Nope.
What has he been doing then?
Not even with all the action we've seen?
Not around.
He's been,
He's like sideman.
The rest of the boys?
Oh, they blew up over Germany somewhere. Boom.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
About what?
Well, tough situation.
Oh, yeah, the boys. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, well, it wasn't me.
Jeez.
So when do you think we're gonna jump into Berlin, see some real action?
You're in a rush?
No?
So what? You wanna go home with a Congressional Medal of Honor or something?
Well, I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, why don't you do us all a favor? Don't think. Damn replacements.
The replacement.
Do you know why no one remembers your name? It's because no one wants to remember your name. There's too many Smiths, D'Amatos, and O'Keefes, and O'Briens who show up here replacing Toccoa men. that you dumb replacements got killed in the first place. And they're all like you. They're all piss and vinegar. Where the Krauts at? Let me at 'em. When do I get to jump into Berlin? 2 days later, there they are, with their blood and guts hanging out. And they're screaming for a medic, begging for their goddamn mother. Them dumb fucks don't even know they're dead yet. Hey, you listening to me? Do you understand that this is the best part of fucking war I've seen? Yeah. I got hot chow, hot showers, warm bed. Germany is almost as good as being home. I even got to wipe my ass with real toilet paper today. So quit asking about when you're gonna see some action, will you? And stop with the fucking love songs.
Damn. Spitting facts.
It's been 2 years since I seen home.
Wow.
2 years. It's fucking war.
You forget that, don't you? Like,
yeah.
Some people didn't get to come home.
Jesus Christ, the dog? Look. Katz is divorcing me. I'm sorry.
What did he say?
His girlfriend's divorced.
He's taking everything.
By his wife. He's divorced.
He's taking the house, taking the kid, he's taking the dog. It's not even her dog. It's my dog! He's taking my dog! Let's go! Roll up! Come on!
How could you do that to somebody
that's been fighting a war? Well, it's because they don't know what they've been through. They're so... People that were, at the time were just so naive.
Maybe he has been back once or twice. I don't know.
Those are SS soldiers. Damn. There you go, mate. That's the war for you, but that's probably the best part of it. As in, like, the tame part of the war.
Okay.
Sarge.
Why the hell are you so jumpy, boy?
I'm not jumpy. I'm fine.
Shit. Can hear your heart pounding in Arkansas, boy.
Jesus Christ, give the kid a break, Bull.
Hey, George. Kind of reminds you of Bastogne.
The trees, yeah.
Yeah, now that you mention it. Except, of course, there's no snow. We got warm grub in our bellies. And the trees aren't fucking exploding from crowd artillery, but yeah, Frank. Other than that, it's a lot like Bastogne.
Right?
Bull, smack him for me, please. Thank you.
Hello?
What's he doing?
I think he's just nicking stuff.
Why this one type of whiskey? Maybe it reminds him of home or something.
Oh, no.
I'm always on edge in these sorts of patrol scenes.
Ugh.
Sure is quiet.
I swear to God, if he dies.
He is right, fellas.
Too quiet.
Yeah.
Is that ash flowing past them?
What do you mean? It's just wind. It's just dirt.
I thought it was ash. It looks black.
Yeah.
Is it a concentration camp? Ash is white, often.
Oh.
Hey, join us. Sir, we found something. We were on a patrol, and we came across this.
What? Frank, what is it?
I don't know, sir. I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be. It fucking has to be. What else could it
Because
be?
people, the outside world didn't know.
No, they didn't.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus. How horrible would it be encountering this? Like, you wouldn't be able to comprehend what the this is, and like why and how, and like.
But then you'd think, how are they going to perceive the Germans after this? Like, oh my God.
I need you up front right now.
Sure.
All right, boys. These people need care. Give them water and any spare rations you might have. Grab me some blankets, quick.
Oh, my God. Dick?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Who's that person carrying? Oh, that person's carrying someone.
Jesus, Webb, can you believe this place?
No.
That's okay. There, boy. Yeah? Okay.
Die Wachen haben das Lager heute Morgen verlassen.
You said the guards left this morning, sir.
Konnten sie aber einige von diesen Baracken
Langsam bitte, langsam.
We've left them in there as well.
Zuvor verbrannten sie noch einige der Baracken.
They burned some of the huts first.
Mit den Gefangenen immer noch drinnen, lebend.
Well, the prisoners still in them, sir. Alive.
Remember, he's Jewish as well, that guy, isn't he?
Aber einige von den Gefangenen.
Grown of lunchtime. I'm not sure what the word means, sir. Unwanted, disliked, maybe.
Criminals?
I don't think criminals, sir. Verbrecher.
Verbrecher? Nein.
No.
Ärzte, Musiker, Beamte, Bauern,
Doctors, musicians,
Schreiber, Schneider,
tailors,
Intellektuelle.
clerks, farmers, intellectuals, and normal people.
Juden.
The Jews.
Polen, Zigeuner.
Polish and gypsies.
Aber ich glaube, das Schlimm und das Frauenlager ist bei der nächsten Bahnstation dort hinten.
Wie bitte? Was sagen Sie?
Das ist das Frauenlager bei der nächsten Bahnstation.
Leave gut?
The women's camp is at the next railroad stop.
The fact that everything that they've seen, everyone, all the soldiers, everything they've ever seen is just does not compare to this.
Yeah.
Keith?
You just experienced the war, the whole war in one day.
Now, Doc, you tell Major Winters, Captain Nixon, what you just told me.
Yes, sir. We need to stop giving these men food right now. They're starving. We give them too much to eat too quickly, they'll eat themselves to death. We need to keep them in the camp till we can find a place for them in town.
You want us to lock these people back up? We got no choice, Nick.
Otherwise, they might scatter. We need to keep them centralized so we can supervise their food intake and medical treatment. So, until we find someplace better.
It's crying ass shame. Let's get
That's
it done.
terrible. I just wouldn't believe you, would they?
No.
Heard from Division. Been finding camps like this all over the place. Jesus. Seems the Russians liberated one a lot worse.
Worse.
Yeah. Apparently. 10 times as big. Execution chambers, ovens. Well, for cremating all the bodies. Jesus.
Locals claim that they never even knew the camp existed.
Unimaginable.
They say we're exaggerating.
The unimaginable trauma that these people would have had when they were returned.
Jesus, look how many people there. It's just insane. Oh, back here.
It gives it such a different context now.
Yeah.
It was more victorious at the start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Shot himself in Berlin.
Oh.
Is the war over, sir? No. We have orders to back this guy, and we're gonna move out 1 hour.
Why? The man's not home. Should have killed himself 3 years ago. Saved us a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he should have.
What an unimaginable number of people.
It's still, you know, you see it so many, you see it in many films, but whenever you see it in something new, or something that you haven't seen before, it still has the same effect. It's still unimaginable. So that was Band of Brothers episode 9, Why We Fight, and we were contemplating what the meaning of that was at the beginning of this episode.
We did mention it would be like perhaps about this ideology of fascism, but I didn't know they would tackle this.
No.
I'm so glad they did, because
yeah,
it's obviously
a massive part of the war.
Yeah, and I think it's the most horrifying thing to ever happen.
Yeah.
To mankind.
It's such a strong answer to that question, why we fight. They could have done it about brotherhood. They could have done it about these little things, but
but at the start they were singing about glory, like you said. It's such a contrast to the end. That's not why you fight.
Yeah, you don't fight for glory. You fight for what's right. Yeah, you fight for what's right. You don't fight for glory. You don't fight for materialistic things in which what they were stealing.
And you're fighting against persecution and prejudice and discrimination. Man, it's such a heavy subject to talk about, but it's so important at the same time. I've been to Auschwitz in Poland. I went about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just unimaginable. You walk around and you see it, and you listen and you hear,
and you stand in the place,
and you just stand there, and it's just unimaginable that humankind can be driven to do that thing, to do such things like that to one another.
I would want to go. I would want to go to the place and learn about it, but I don't know if I could stand there.
I think everybody should, because it's so important. It's so difficult.
Yeah. They have museums and stuff where they recreate things, I wouldn't hesitate to go to one of those. But in terms of standing in Auschwitz itself, man, the emotional toll that would take, I don't know,
and
just be too much.
And obviously the ruins, it's all ruins now.
Yeah.
But it's just the worst that mankind is capable of.
Yeah.
And it is about fear. It's fear, and it's othering other people that causes that.
What, the mob mentality?
Yeah, well, it's fear, isn't it? It's fear of the other. It's blaming the other.
Yeah.
We see it today with different cultures or ethnic minorities. People still other them and project the problems of society onto them, but that's not the case.
No.
And things like this, you said it perfectly at the start. I don't know when you said it, but you said this is entertainment, but it's also important because
it's education.
There comes a time now where nobody's alive that was there, so we need things like this as a form of education to prevent anything that's horrifically terrible from happening.
And this is why I love this medium, because yes, you could read about it, and that's all well and good, and you teach yourself, but what this medium does, what TV shows and cinema and movies do, is almost put you there.
They can help you empathise, can't they? With the emotion that the actors portray.
And put you in the situation as best as it can, in terms of what budget they have and the knowledge that they have of that space, that situation. I'm guessing it's 100 times worse than what we just saw there. But this medium helps you to visualize and experience it.
Yeah.
And it's so important in terms of an educational standpoint, not just learn about facts and figures and numbers, but to actually feel the emotions as well.
Yeah, it really is. If you haven't heard of it, go onto, if you have Twitter, follow the Holocaust Memorial Museum, because they post every day.
Do they?
Every day they post a picture of somebody that was born on that day with their personal story and what happened to them.
Wow.
Born on which day? On that day, they will post a story. Say it's the 22nd of June. They'll post a picture of somebody born on that day that and post about their life and what happened to them in the concentration camps.
That's incredible.
And it's so important in helping you sort of humanize it.
Yeah.
Because when you look on it on the scale that it is, they said, didn't they? They're treated like cattle and they're treated so horrifically. It helps you humanize it and understand and empathize and see the real life stories of these people that were murdered in these concentration camps. Did you like following the character that drinks more?
Yeah, I did like following him.
I think he's a troubled character, isn't he? There's no resolution to his issues. There wouldn't be.
No, I sympathised with him a little bit, but as it went on, I was a bit like, a lot of people in the war. You've hardly seen action. A lot of people during the war have seen far worse than you, and they've took it on the chin.
But at the same time,
everyone's different. Yeah. Everyone's different.
At the same time, I think he has lost people, hasn't he? People that he cares about, friends close to him. He's been in the action. He just hasn't fired a gun.
But I liked getting his perspective because we haven't really seen a character that's like in the dumps as much as he is. Especially, it's quieting down now, and the effects are starting to happen on people. And he's probably the catalyst of that and showing the audience, right? You know, there was hints of alcoholism at the start, but now it's taken full force after the war is dying down. And this is it's gonna affect him for the rest of his life.
I just think this episode overall was respectful, right? Because it didn't go over the top with cinematography or camera work or anything like that. What it did is it was quite poetic in the bookends of the episode. So the starting with the violin, and the ending with it. But also I love how it changes from this victorious perception that you have at the start to this surreal kind of somber tone at the end. And there's no celebration there. When they say Hitler's dead, it just comes and it goes. How did it affect you personally? How did you experience this episode? I think it's a good question, isn't it?
I can't really say how do you rank it, because it's not really an episode to rank. But last episode is next week, so thank you for everyone so far who's made it through this time.
It's been a journey. It's been a
massive
good
journey.
one. It's just an important story to tell.
Yeah, definitely, and it's one of the reasons why this TV show is one of the best.
I think they will end it respectfully. They might see another piece of combat, perhaps. They might not.
I don't think they will.
We may see some of them back in America again, returning home. I hope we get a nice little ending to the episode that tells us a bit more about Easy Company and what they did afterwards. Perhaps I just like to know about the people.
If you want to see the full length reaction to this video, click the link in the description, leads you to our Patreon page. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the last episode.